Alright, what's good YouTube? As you can see by the title, we're gonna be doing a Black Panther like basic tutorial and then some stuff that's a little more advanced, but basically what you're gonna learn from the video is just his basic bread and butter combos, his spear dash, so you could do things like this little clip right here. But we are gonna get into it, and basically what I'm doing right here is a little bit more advanced, not really, but it's something I learned from somebody else's YouTube video. I think his name was his name Carcat. But basically I'm gonna slow down the video for y'all. But you wanna throw a spear, dash at the enemy, turn around, throw another spear, that way you mark them, and then dash again. And when you do that, you're basically just refreshing your dash. Alright, so when I started the video, I mentioned, not started, but right in the beginning, I mentioned this thing that Carcat kind of discovered. And basically, when you're doing the dashes, if you look fully straight or up at all, you're gonna dash really far. And meaning that's good because you can reach people that are far just like that. But when you're close to a target and you don't want to over dash, you want to keep hitting them. When you look at the floor like that, like you want to look at the ground in between you and the enemy, and it shortens your dash. And that way it gives you a better chance of getting some hits in. And it also is a little bit, I would say, harder for them to kind of expect where your next move is going to be, which is already hard enough for Black Panther. But alright, this part of the video is going to be a little bit more advanced. It's going to be kind of how to attack aerial targets, because I haven't seen any tutorials on how to attack aerial targets, let alone console for Black Panther. Alright, so to really start this, when you're approaching targets that are flying in the air, especially Storm, because she can't move that quick besides when she has her boost, you want to approach, I would say start by running up a wall and jumping off it, that way you're on the same level as them. And his spinning kick is kind of what's going to lead you into it, unless you can mark a target. Like if you could throw a spear just like this at Storm while she's in the air, then that's a go. You could just dash right into the air, then hit him with the spinning kick because you stay airborne. So that way you could kind of stay in the air. And with the dashes, you also stay airborne. So see, like here, if you hit them with the spear, dash at them, you'll keep your dash, which enables you to stay in the air longer, being a complete nuisance to Storm. But not to say that going into practice like this is completely realistic, because I do obviously have the ability cooldowns off. It's kind of just a good way to practice hitting people in the air, because it's not, you probably won't be used to it just trying to target anybody flying playing Black Panther. Which, as you can see, I'm missing the target. Like, I was in here for a while. This video doesn't do it justice, but I was in here for a long time just trying to kind of figure out the whole spear, dashing up in the air and doing a spinning kick. But the more you practice with Black Panther, the better you'll get with them. And that's just the same with all the characters. But what you really want to just remember is run up a wall or something, or kind of set yourself up where you're going to be on the same level in the air as them. Because it's not to say it's easy to stay airborne with Black Panther, but it's very possible if you hit your target, especially with your spears. One thing to work on, I would say, is try hitting moving targets with your spears that are airborne, if you do want to work on kind of killing airborne targets. Because I feel like I was wondering what the next step to getting better with Black Panther besides hitting all my dashes, and I was thinking working on the airborne targets would definitely be helpful. Because when there is a storm, and I know there has been with this storm meta, yeah, they're hard to deal with. And if no one's dealing with it, then it's probably GG. But yeah, as you can see, I was just in here for a long time, just trying to kind of figure out different combos and ways to stay in the air. But realistically, without the ability, with the ability cooldowns off, you're gonna want to run up a wall, do a spinning kick, because that's pretty. There's a wide radius that you could hit them, meaning it's way harder to miss than your spear. So I would say, run up a wall, just get on the same level as them, hit him with the kick, then dash. At that point, she's already like below half health. And then there you want to throw a spear, and if you miss your spear, try to throw another spear and dash at them. But basically, the target should be done. Whether it's Storm or Iron Man, they should be completely done up by then.
Yo, I'm gonna go in. You ready? You ready?
Okay, so this is the part of the video where I'm kind of gonna cover my gameplay and what I was thinking at these times.
Oh, they pushed me out.
And obviously, I just caught Neymar in the back alone,
okay.
so
I'll take the trade on that.
I mean, if you catch a squishy alone, it's free game. They're normally an easy kill unless it's Neymar or something. He's gonna bubble up. He's gonna throw a squid. It's hard to kill him. But basically, as I was hearing because my team was on the comm, so I was hearing what they were saying. They were talking about they're wasting
That's okay. Fuck it.
So right here, I'm waiting for the right engagement. I'm not going to rush in there, especially when the Invisible Woman has
give
her
up this fight if you can.
ulta.
You don't feed him.
But right when her ability drops down, right when her shield is
or
down,
go crazy,
that's when
or
I
go
go
fucking.
in and I go attack.
Okay, I see you, Panther.
And of course, they don't know because I'm waiting behind them. So how could they
Bro's
know
out here
that
killing
Black
Gooning
Panther's
Man and
come right
Femboy.
behind
Look
them
at him go.
healers and kill them? What I'm trying to say here is basically you want to take the right engagements and the right angles, which I have trouble with sometimes. Like it's not every single engagement I take is like, okay, that was perfect. There's tons of times where I'm like, I could have waited a second later and I would have got the right engagement. But on this next clip, I knew I had the right engagement. I knew I had the right placement. That's where I was at, and it didn't work out. Like it just didn't work out. That's just how it goes sometimes. So you're gonna take engagements. They're not always gonna work out in your favor, but it's a matter of being able to know when to get out.
Storm one shot, bro.
And kind of when to keep fighting. So here I was just kind of trying to hit my dashes. Obviously I kept missing. I was not doing my job here, but here I am again behind them in their backline, distracted Storm, and I know Thor was around there looking, so he's completely distracted. And we got Storm out the air due to that practice, you know, I was just talking about, and then we caught Cloak just lacking. So that was how that went. And then here you can see the team's just pushing them back. And there's not much that they could do here. Alright, so that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a comment if you like the style of video, so I'll keep uploading them. And I appreciate everybody who watched.